We're 1 month into spring and flowers are blooming.
Oh, are they ever? Former HGTV star Paul James, the gardener guy, says it's time to plant, as we heard, everything.
Flowers are blooming if you have flowers in your yard. Maybe if you just have weeds, they're coming up as well. News on 6's Meredith Mccown live at Southwood Landscape and Garden Center. Hello, Meredith.
Good morning. This place looks like a different world from when we've been here the past few months because it's full of flowers and blossoming plants. Paul, the gardener guy, it looks amazing.
It is quite the transformation, isn't it?
It's quite the transformation. I feel like we've been talking about this for so long, how we've been waiting for it to finally be spring, and it's finally here.
And I'm so excited because, yes, it's pretty much time to plant anything and everything. Just what, I mean, you've got annuals, you've got perennials, trees and shrubs of all kinds, warm season vegetables like tomatoes and peppers and eggplants and all that. It's perfectly fine to go ahead and get that stuff out. Roses, oh my goodness.
Right, rows and rows of roses.
Everyone's favorite. And you know, it's soil temperatures and air temperatures both are favorable for planting. So I've commenced in my garden, I can tell you that. I've been planting like a madman lately.
Absolutely, I'm sure you have. And also the rain, you said that's been really helpful so far this season with all the rain that we've getting for...
It really has been nice. I mean, unfortunately, western Oklahoma hasn't had near as much as we have, but we've had these showers that kind of give plants a nice break. So it's been very helpful, yes. My place is looking better than ever, I must say.
And they're all so colorful, so many to choose from. Talk about what we're seeing out here.
It can be a little overwhelming. You know?
It kind of is. It's like this magical, beautiful garden that you could just get lost in.
Well, there's anything and everything. So there's a lot of tropicals out right now, which people love to put on the patio, by the pool. Those are awesome. Kind of give you that island feel, you know, without having to spend the money to go on a trip. And so many different flowering plants for sun and for shade. A lot of people don't realize there's lots of great flowers for shade. You just have to, come out and look. Annuals, oh my goodness. The world of annuals is vast. And these are the ones we grow ourselves. So they're really acclimated to this area. And they take to Oklahoma weather really well.
Any advice for people that are going to be planting soon? Is this weekend a good weekend to start, would you say?
You bet. You bet. One piece of advice, grab a little fertilizer. So plants, they need a little boost at planting time. It's nice to just give them a little blast of fertilizer so they'll really start to develop roots and top growth. That's an important thing to keep in mind. But beyond that, if you need to amend your soil, feel free to do so. There's lots of different soil amendments. Mulch is critical. You really need to make sure you mulch. Controls soil moisture, so when we get in the summertime, there's not as much rain.
Right.
The plants are still happy. And, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that even though it looks like we're in this spring weather pattern, the bottom could still drop out. We have had, like the first week of May a few years ago, I think it was 27, which is what we call a fairly hard freeze.
Right.
So you still need to be prepared to protect plants, cover them, but let's just hope that that's not the case. It won't happen this year. We'll have to wait and see, but that's why, like last time you were here, I encourage people to make sure they watch Alan every day, right?
Right.
And Stephen, and Stacia, and Megan, and that old guy. Who's that old guy that does the weather? Oh, Travis, that's right, it's Travis.
Oh, no. Yes, stay tuned to the weather for all your planting needs. Any last minute tips, Paul, that you'd want to give anyone? Just
enjoy. If you're a newbie, yeah, you're likely to fail at some level. I still fail at some level sometimes, So just enjoy it. It's so much fun. It's so therapeutic. It's so calming and relaxing. And I love gardening.
Oh, yes, me too. Thank you so much, Paul. And again, I mean, you get that relaxing feel just walking around out here looking at all the beautiful flowers and plants, and it really does feel like spring. Thank you so much again, Paul, the gardener
Smells
guy.
like spring, too.
It smells like it, too. We'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, thank you. Trav might have something to say about that segment. That was great.